Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I hope you guys are doing well. What's up, Dundersnuff and Sir Stromingfish? How are you all this morning? We are going to try this, and hopefully things work. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Zen? Okay, I might be out of focus here. Hold on. Let's see. No, that's not too bad. There we go. There we go. Yeah, fingers crossed. No kidding. All right. So, I guess we just jump right in and paint some silver. Let's see. Did I get all the silver on this guy? No, not quite. Not quite. Okay. We can do that. What's up, Tuvon? How you doing? Third attempt at finishing the silver paint on these 5 miniatures. Let's see if it'll happen. How's everybody doing this fine Wednesday afternoon? Almost afternoon. It's not quite noon. All right. I just want to finish these minis. Work. Lame. Super lame. Who does that? Not bad. Dog was good this morning while we ate breakfast. Nice. Her biscuit with peanut butter. She's the happiest dog. Ah, that's good to hear. Good for the doggy. I got to spend my morning rushing and then waiting for a technician for my ISP. But hopefully the issue is resolved. I have had 0 dropped frames since I've started. And I feel like that's a record, at least for the past couple months. I'm also running at 6,000 bits KPS for my bitrate. So, morning, madame. Good afternoon, sir. Turned 12 while I was speaking. Oh, weird. Did it really? Is your clock ahead or what? Yeah. Yep. I rushed through my whole morning and then wait on the technician. But it was good. It was good. You guys moving soon, Tuvon? Or are you just like tentatively planning? Closing on the 1st, nice. Well, congratulations, and yes, I hope you're, you could probably look into ISPs in your area before you move, just to have an idea. Oh, it's a Simpsons reference? Why don't I get that Simpsons reference? I feel like I know every Simpsons reference, and I don't get that one. What's up, Misfit? How you doing? We're gonna chill and paint and hope the internet works. And hope that stream works. And we'll see. Raja, good morning. How are you guys doing today? Yeah, last night. Yeah, no, I was trying to go through a whole bunch of things, and I called my my ISP. It was like 10:30 in the evening. And I ended up getting a hold of somebody. It was some poor lady that lived in Ohio, so you know it was late for her too. And she sounded exhausted, but they sent someone out this morning, and I guess we'll see if it was just the internet. Wandering Pit, good morning. Blue, good morning. going with the silver. You guys gotta let me know if stream drops, though. Gotta be my eyes and ears, because I always don't know it right away. Oh, man. They put the internet on at 11? No. No. I am using Restream right now. Yep. So I downloaded the plugin, and I was not liking it. There's an OBS plugin to run multiple streams, and I couldn't get that to work last night. But again, that might have been internet issues if that was ended up being my real issue. So I don't know. We're back with Restream. I am currently streaming Blue at 6,000 kps my bitrate, and it's holding together fine. Professor Frank, is that when Professor Frank is like he gets like all muscular or whatever? He uses something on him. Yeah. So I'm gonna change some things up, but I'm excited. The airbrush is so much fun. That's great. Girlfriend was talking to people at our local hobby shop. Apparently one guy said I'm the best Death Guard player he's seen in our area. Dang, alright. That's cool. Now you have a title to uphold. Admittedly, it's been a long time since I've watched The Simpsons. The Geomancer built last night. Oh, cool. All right. Very nice. Eulogy Master, what's going on? I'm doing well. Painting's going well. Hopefully stream is going to go well today. That's what I'm hoping for. Best Dark Angel player for 50 miles. You're the only Dark Angel player 50 miles. I did, I was chatting with someone that's like kind of local to me. I'd say he's in our kind of local heresy group, but he lives really far away. And he was asking if I knew how to play on TTS and would be willing to kind of show him how to play 3rd edition on TTS. And I have never played Heresy on TTS. I've only ever played 40k and Middle-earth. But I did some research and I kind of found the things I needed to find, and I think I could play Heresy on TTS. I don't know if that's a stream you guys would want to watch sometime. Maybe not teaching that guy how to play, but just playing a game with somebody on streaming a game on Tabletop Simulator. I want to get to a point where I don't have to look at the rulebook, a whole bunch. Get the rules down. Parody of The Fly. Yep. Treehouse of Horrors were always my favorite Simpsons episodes. You may have found a Gundam deck. Oh, okay. Does it have your favorite mechs in it, or is it just really good? Yeah, I also think I have like a little cold going on, so that's also been really frustrating. So last night, I was just like sitting in my chair, and all of a sudden, like my sinuses just started draining. I was like, what is going on? And it just hasn't stopped, and now I feel a little below 100%. So I'm trying to drink lots of water. Probably get a cup of tea after stream. Chill out. Ravenguard fan, I saw someone on GW playing Ravenguard some ages ago. I don't know how much he frequents that place. The only GW shop in my city. I have like take like 2 trains to get there. Really? Yeah. Like 40k Ravenguard. Ravenguard are cool. Ravenguard are basically always cool. Travel tissue packs for LARP. Yeah, yep. Yeah, kid and my wife are both back in school, so I suffer. Fun news though, my son's school started a choir. His music teacher is starting a choir. And so he signed up and got accepted. So today is his first day of choir practice, which he's really excited. We're really excited too. I think especially my wife, because she is very musical. She's a music teacher herself, and played an instrument, through her childhood and everything. So, and through college and all that. So, yeah, we're really hoping he likes it. 40k Ravenguard, yeah. Had Shrike. Oh, cool. Yeah, like 6 months ago. Yeah, that sounds like 40k Ravenguard then. That's really cool though. Papa Nurgle does live in public schools, yeah. Yeah, Painting Sun starting choir is pretty cool. He's only in 3rd grade. It's a 3rd grade choir, which is part of his elementary school. And they're going to perform 3 times this school year. And parents will get to see it twice. The other time will be at like a school assembly for his entire school. And normally elementary schools are pretty small, but his elementary school is massive. So, yeah, he's going to be performing in front of a lot of kids. Sneaky Beaky's got an update with the new Comet Patrol. Yeah, the new dude for Ravenguard is really cool. Twitch day, woke up feeling like I swallowed a cactus. Dang, all right. You just working from home, or are you just straight up taking the sick day? Oh, there he is. Hey, Noober Gaming, what's going on? Sorry, I missed you right there in between the comments. Good morning. Even though I'm feeling a little cruddy, I do still plan on doing our Patreon hangout tonight. So if you guys are a member of the Patreon, you connect your account to the Discord, you get access to the Patreon channels and stuff, and you can hang out and voice chat tonight while we all just hobby and chill and tell funny stories and all that. So, and just what happens. Or whatever new degeneracy shows up from the week. Took a sick day. Okay. Delusions of sleep. My body said no. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, what you get a 3D print, Noober? Exciting. I printed some stuff this weekend and felt really good about it. So, some stuff from my Thousand Suns. Normally when I print, I like get in a mood. And that mood is basically if I print one thing, I need to print like 50. And I basically just print until I get sick of it. And I didn't do that this time. I had one print. The print turned out really well. And I just decided to stop it there because I don't have anything else immediate that I need to print. So... a pegboard paint rack. Oh, cool. All right. That's really cool. I might, just maybe might be convincing Zen to print some stuff for me on his printer. We'll see. So we'll see. I bought 4 kilograms of it, Zen. So please. The stuff I bought was the stuff we had talked about. I had the same entry saved, but it was just like the mass stuff. I think I sent a link to you. I was like, "Hey, is this cool?" You're like, "Yeah, that's cool," and then I just saved it. Yeah. So New Dark Eldar looks super fun. No, New Dark Eldar Codex is garbage. It's complete garbage. I normally buy the Dark Eldar Codexes. I think I have all the Dark Eldar Codexes. I'm not buying this one. No interest. So aside from the fact that they took out 4 of the like staple units in the army because they were fine cast, that they just like no longer exists. One of those being, or I guess 2 of those being like linchpin units that would make up a Coven list. So the actual Coven detachment can't even get 2,000 points of Coven units. Aside from all of that, what they did with the pain tokens, I think was like a weird straight up nerf to the army that makes Dark Eldar players have to pay to use abilities they got as like part of their data sheets, you know, like currently. So for some reason, Dark Eldar is catching all these like weird nerfs, and also those units that seriously relied on rerolls to put out damage now don't get that. So not only are they not getting their rerolls, now they have to pay that resource they were using to get their rerolls to use like abilities that they had before. So stuff like Calgar gets a new model. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, it's fun to meme on Scary for like skewing the rate and everything, but like in all seriousness, the stuff they did was not needed. Like Drukhari didn't even have a good win rate, even with Scary. Like it was like 50%, wasn't it? Like it wasn't even that good. And it's also like a thing, like no one gets rerolls but Space Marines and Custodes. So they took out like all the rerolls from the Codex, and they took out the fun ability that Archons have, and they just gave it to Lady Malice instead. But now the Archons don't have the good ability, which was like the Vect ability. That's like a Dark Eldar staple for a long time. Just only Lady Malice has it, and I think she has to spend a pain token to use it too, which is also wild. Yeah, Mandrakes not being able to do their uppy downy thing. They have to spend a pain token to do it, which is again like, I get if you want to make the squad go, or like, I get it if that ability is abusable, but like, how many other armies have that ability and just get it on a cheap squad that doesn't have to do anything? And all of a sudden, it's like Dark Eldar are the problem, and they have to spend more command points to use it. Whereas, you know, like Space Marines get it for a detachment, right? Isn't there a what unit from? Is it just a command point ability? I think Space Marines use on anybody. But are there units in Space Marine Codex that can do the uppy downy thing? Scouts, right? Don't scouts get to do it? Yeah, but they don't have to pay anything extra to do it. they just they just get to walk on the board every turn and do secondaries. But for some reason, Dark Eldar have to pay a resource to do it. And it's the resource at this point is like a win more resource. So it's like you have like main unit abilities locked behind a resource that if you're not killing enemy units, you're not getting that resource. But if you're killing enemy units, like that means that you're doing well in the game. So if you're not doing well in the game, then you just don't get to use your army to its ability and you don't get to catch up. All of that while losing rerolls across the army that you used to get. Yeah. And like a couple things looked good. So like Reaver jet bikes look really good now, which I love because I love the Reaver jet bike minis. That's cool. The Raiders look good. I really don't like the Raiders having 6 unique abilities. That is like I didn't like it when every unit got a unique ability to start with 10th edition, but the fact that they just straight up give 6 abilities to a transport model is way over the top for me. Like way too much. Yeah, so I read through the leaks on Friday and was just instantly disappointed, which I try to be positive about this stuff. Even if I don't like it, I try to be positive, but I was just like, I read through it and I was like, nah. So the one thing they did, the way they changed how you generate pain tokens, because the way in the index how you generate pain tokens is if you kill an enemy unit, or if you cause an enemy unit to fail a battle shock test, or if an enemy unit fails a battle shock test. So now it's those two things. The one benefit they gave them is at the start of your command phase, you get a free pain token. So it literally turned into command points with extra steps. But I feel like 5 pain tokens, while that's nice, is not enough to like make a difference. Especially with like, I feel like with the stats going down, their points should go down, and like Drukhari are going to end up being a horde army by the end of the edition. And having 5 pain tokens over the course of a game is not worth anything. Hey, John Lockridge, what's going on? Yeah, I called the cable company, or the ISP basically, and they sent someone out, and hopefully what they did fixes it. The contract one, you get more, yeah. And in the Real Space Raiders, you start with more, right? Isn't that like the Real Space Raiders? I didn't read through the detachment super close. Okay, that is the silver on all these minis done, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I looked through the data sheets and I was just disappointed. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna bother. Okay, next. Yeah, I saw the witch cult poison thing, which is, it's okay. It can be kind of lame. Like, you pick one or roll 2, right? Isn't that how it works? So, like, cool, I get +1 attack this turn, +1 toughness the next turn, that kind of thing. But I miss witch cult rules being in addition to the army rules. Pick one, can't pick it again, yeah. Oh, so it goes away. Oh, that's even worse. Okay. What happens if you roll? Because there's a roll 2 dice, right? Roll what you already picked, you still get it. Okay. So it seems like rolling is going to be the better option unless there's like a very specific situation happening. Dyslexic. The longer I look at my screen. Oh no. Why is that, Dunder? I hope it's hope you're not being serious about that. Sounds like a good thing. Yeah, the issue with the witch cult detachment doing that is that you don't get the benefit of like other detachment things. So like there's a detachment, I don't know if it does it anymore, but there was a stratagem where you could move your transport, disembark, and still charge. And like that's a really good one for witches because you want them in the transport to be protected. But you probably don't get that with the witch cult detachment, which means that you don't get the speed that you want. Yeah. Yeah, I know Skari's gonna do fine, but that's that's something, and I don't I don't particularly care about the competitiveness of the army. I want them to be interesting. And what has happened to Dark Eldar since 5th edition, I guess since after 5th edition, is every single edition they have lost things, multiple things. They've lost units every single edition. They've lost interesting rules. They've lost theme. It's lost like character in the army. And I know we can say that's been a thing for all factions, but it just seems like Dark Eldar are a faction that have literally gotten nothing new. And I know they added the kill team as their own data sheet in this book, but I don't even know if I consider that a new unit. Like, it's a kill team. It's a warrior squad with some witch weapons. But yeah, it's super disappointing. Every edition to see the codex and like they just remove something or multiple things, and they were particularly egregious this time with what they removed. Like, it hasn't been this bad since the change between like the 5th and I think 7th edition codex. I don't think they got a 6th edition codex, but their 5th and 7th edition codex, when they removed all their special characters and yeah, but I think that was it. I think it was just their special characters that they removed at that point. I'll have to come back and get the we'll get the part. Space Wolves have lost something that makes them different from generic Marines every update. Have they? Yeah, but nobody likes Space Wolves. They're lame. So we don't sympathize with the Emperor's dogs. It's one of my armies. I'm so sorry, Ravensbeard. I'm sorry that you chose Space Wolves as your army. They only get a complete miniature revamp every edition. It's terrible. Terrible. 6th Codex lost all special characters, got nothing in return. Yeah. 7th was a crap show. Yeah. Yeah, Dark Eldar have not had a new unit in their codex since 5th edition. They've just lost things, that's it. Been nothing new. As the Space Wolves cry into their 12 special characters. Dark Eldar had that once, and they all got removed. Ravensbeard, you're cool. You're cool. It's not a personal attack on you. This is just my undying hatred for Space Wolves in every manner. Okay, so you play some cool factions too. All right, that's all right. Corn worshippers who refuse to acknowledge it. I was at my local game store this weekend, and I was waiting for my opponent to get there. I was starting to set up a board for my Thousand Sons, and the guys at the table next to me, I was kind of chatting with them a little bit, but they were talking about their armies. The guy has like a Blood Angels army, and he's like, I'm thinking about collecting Space Wolves. He's like, man, I really like their new models and everything. And I just stood there and shook my head at him, like disapprovingly. And his friend is like, he's like, what are you shaking your? He's like, oh, okay. He's like, I see the Heresy book. All right. He's like, I bet I know what Legion you play. I was like, that's right. Never miss an opportunity to shame a Space Wolf player. Or last night. Oh, okay, you play against Blood Angels, yeah. You're a Xenos faction. You can either have good rules or get new models if you're lucky. Yeah, never both. Yeah. Fortunately, the Dark Eldar have good models already. It's just GW never expanded on that. It's over 900 points off the board. Wow. A lot of deep striking. Sounds like a cool army though. Your son's a Necron and a Salamanders player? Nice. My son loves Salamanders. He's all about it. You know, I will say Ravensbeard. We have one guy in our local group, our Heresy group, that plays Space Wolves. And I give the dude a really hard time, but he is probably the most fun opponent I have ever played against. So, he is a genuinely really nice guy and like an awesome guy and a good sport, and he learns the rules quick and everything, so you know, that's great. He also howls before a big dice roll, so the dude is a certified Space Wolf player. Turn 1, turn 2 to come out fist in, so intercessor cat. Wow, okay. Yeah, so you just trashed the dude right away. We are weird, yeah. What's up, Cultured American? How you doing? Using Ancient Citadel Pod as model holder. I am, yep. This color was Bolt Gun Metal. Look at that beautiful shade of silver. Bolt Gun Metal was a gem. What was this one here? Oh, that's Regal Blue. That's definitely Regal Blue. I can't even read the label. That's Regal Blue. Amazing color. What else? This one I haven't painted yet. Bleached Bone. Yep. It's all Bleached Bone. Can't read that one either. Oh, that one. Was that a mix? Hold on. We got a scratch. But not too hard. Dark Flesh. That's that color. Dark Flesh. Yeah. Could join stream yesterday. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I did miss. Yeah. I was just trying to get you to come into Stream Cultured American. Yeah. Don't get me back on this. That's Elf Flesh. That color was classic. Alright. Back at it. Ugh. Yeah, I was trying to resolve issues, It seems like maybe the internet did fix the issue though. Yeah, famous last words. You know what? Well, if it's gonna happen, it to happen now. I have had 0 dropped frames since I started streaming this morning, which it's been half an hour, but still, gotta be a new record. Okay, so Contagion, final ingredient off turn 2. Okay, oh, nice. I jinxed it. I probably did jinx it. So, what they did, there was the Ethernet that hooks up to my modem in my house. The wire kind of goes through my house a little bit, and there's a point in a utility room where it was hooked up to a splitter, and the splitter had apparently like died or had gone bad or something, and so the guy he replaced the wire in the splitter. So I have never messed with the wiring for my internet. I've lived here for almost 15 years and I've never had to. So that thing must have gone bad recently. That is that's a coax. That was a coax, I think. Oh no, was it Ethernet? I don't remember. I think that was a coax cable. Coax splitter. Coax and Ethernet out. I don't remember, man. I didn't look at it too closely. Yeah, ISP could have been throttling Twitch. He's carrying a chaos weapon. Yeah. Space Wolves, there you go. YouTube's more resilient. Yeah, the Twitch streams would die a lot more frequently. And that might be a restream thing where it's just not as well integrated. It does seem to be holding up nicely. I'm actually streaming at 6,000 kps, kpbs bitrate. Whatever you call that. So if internet is resolved and I'm able to stream higher quality streams, I'm going to try to mess with my quality. I'm doing 30 frames a second. I'm going to try to bump up to 60 next time. Yeah, you said it was like, could have been like connection, right, or something. Yeah, the splitter. There you go. It heads in over to fix it. No, you did. You did. Yeah, YouTube has a weird stream delay. That's frustrating, and I understand. I understand if people don't like it. I'll have fun at work, Surstroming Fish. If your splitter doesn't have a noise canceller on it, you can have a disruption in your connection. Okay. Something to keep in mind. I think that's it for that one. So we'll go back, we'll get the backpack here soon. Dark Elder weapon you could take for the Archon back in 5th. 2 extra attacks. You roll a certain number. You took unsavable wounds. That was Lady Malice, I think, had that one. That was her demon sword, Tuvon. Now she just has like a decent weapon that has what is it, hazardous? They just gave her a power sword and put hazardous on it. The Jin Blade? I think so. Yeah, that sounds about right. You know what? That was that like a special item, or was that just her sword? I can't remember. Yeah, the anti-psyker bot. It was like the most worthless item too. I remember that one. The anti-psyker thing. Because like you rarely got to use it, and when you did, I don't think it would like kill like a Space Marine character on average. It was, but it was cool though. Yeah, yeah, they definitely had all the cool things in 5th edition. They had their David Bowie in space special character, Duke Sliskus. That guy was a staple in my armies. I converted a character to him because he wielded dual venom blades. He didn't use power weapons. And the squad he joined had poison 3+ instead of poison 4+. So I legitimately went to a tournament where I ran him with a big brick of 20 warriors with just a bunch of poison weapons. So they're like splinter rifles and then splinter cannons, and they would melt like Terminators and everything because you would put so many like forced armor saves through that they'd do serious work just sitting on an objective through the game. Yeah, he gave all your vehicles deep strike. Yeah. Yep. And then I would take him and Baron Sathanix, who was the like de facto gang lord of the Hellions. And he was on a Hellion board and had a shadow field and had some like really cool weapons. But he would those two together, Baron Sathanix and Duke Sliskus, one of them would give you +1 on the roll to go first. So you would just straight up have a better chance at going first in the game. And then the other one let you steal the initiative on a 4+. So if you didn't go first, you had a 50-50 shot at going first. So the way those two like combined and interacted together was great. Drukhari Space Pirate book? Oh, is there a new book for Drukhari coming out? I should not be gold. Out of here. Gold symbol. Didn't know that's cool. Snake Plissken's best friend. Yeah, probably. Probably is. But he was also like, Duke Sliskus was like this wild dude. He was like a space pirate. So he was basically a corsair. And he would do weird things like, he would just like cut off someone's skin and he would hang it up like a canvas and write poetry on it. And do wild stuff like that. He had fun lore. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was also Lady Malice was in the fifth book. There was also I can't remember his name, but it was a Mandrake hero, and the Mandrake hero was called like the Head Taker, and so he would deep strike, and I think he could charge when he deep struck, which was a unique thing. And you basically pick a character, an enemy character, and he got all kinds of bonuses to like killing that character. And he had yeah, Okara, something, yeah, he had really cool lore about how he lived on his own, and his lair was just full of skulls, and people didn't know why they were just, it was just full of skulls like hanging all over the walls and everything, like on display. But he would just show up because the mandrakes just kind of appear out of thin air, and it's like he would seek out a target, kill it, and then go back to his lair, and that's just kind of what he would do. Man, that book was so good. Looking for the perfect specimen for each race to display. Okay, okay, yeah. There was one of my favorite things to mess around with was raiders, and raiders kind of got this rule back for their 10th codex, but you could buy so many different upgrades for the Dark Eldar vehicles, and one of them you could turn the raiders into like legitimate gunboats. So it's open topped, so units could shoot out of them and stuff that it's transporting, and you could give it what are called splinter racks, and it's just like literal shelves full of like splinter rifles, and it gave the unit inside twin linked on all their splinter weapons. So if you're carrying around a Dark Eldar like warrior squad, you would just get twin linked on them. So you just like go in and just nuke somebody. Yeah, the night shields and the flicker fields, right? So the night shields counted your vehicles as being 6 inches further away from the enemy than they actually were. So if you were, Meltagun had 12-inch range, they had to be within 6 inches to shoot you. And the flicker field gave you a 5-up invuln. I think the Aether Sail let your vehicles advance, but it was like a 12-inch advance or something crazy. Like you just fly across the battlefield. Yeah, the Shock Prow gave you extra like ramming damage against enemy vehicles. Yeah. What a great book. Man, so much good character. Yeah, and the Hellions ripping characters out of units was really cool too. And that Baron Sathanix was like the expert at it, right? Because they had the hit and run, and then with the hook weapon they had. What a great codex. It treated you as armor 12 for tank shock. Okay, okay. Emperor's Children want to show you that you can achieve complete ecstasy and pain. They want to show you they can achieve complete ecstasy in your pain. Yeah. The Reaver jet bikes with a 36-inch move and their flyover attacks. That was probably my favorite thing. Death or Glory with a Haywire Grenade? Nice. Yeah, I saw they had their flyover attacks. The Reaver jet bikes were the one unit where I was like, man, that's cool. And then the Raiders with all the rules, I was like, man, that's cool, but why is there 6 rules? Um, that was my reaction reading through the book. I'm happy they have the flyover attacks, and I'm happy that their equipment that they have helps their flyover attacks. Yeah, their pain token, they advance further. They're still units, max units of 6, aren't they? You can't get them in squads of 12. Okay, they're 9 strong. Okay, I think that's better than the index, though. If I'm not mistaken. Still 0 dropped, missed, or skipped frames after about an hour of streaming. I think we might be on to something here. $18 total? Yeah. What does the Grav Talon do? I can't remember. I think the cluster caltrips are like you roll an extra d6, right? Or something you pick the highest for the mortal wounds. The Grav Talon was what seemed really good though. Hey, aka Former, what's going on? Long time no see. How you been? It's more mortals in the flyover. Okay. I remember seeing those and thinking they were good. Back. Not loving your new coffee creamer. That's too bad. They do a movement thing. Oh, okay, yeah, they do the slow thing and then the... Alright. Gotcha. Which, honestly isn't terrible if you're running a bunch of units of 3 and you can just slow the enemy down. You're still alive. Well, that's good to hear, man. They use only D4s? That's somewhat hard to get. To pick up caltrips, yeah. Use real caltrips as your dice for a game. That makes sense. Wait, what? You say I'm using a prepaid T-Mobile hotspot? It felt like it. It definitely felt like it. Now my internet's working. I want to stream more. So I've tried to stream every day this month, or every weekday. I guess 6 days a week, and internet's been so poor, it's been so frustrating. I'm like, now I finally want to stream, and I start streaming. Everything stops working, but stream battle reports. Yeah, Zen, I don't know if you heard, I basically got and set up Horus Heresy for TTS. Welcome back, Blue. Okay. Oh no, that's the thing that interests you. But, oh, you've been power washing, it makes sense. Just glazed over. You guys remember me showing you that game? It's called Metal Thunder. This is where you're in the AC-130. It's just like the Call of Duty missions, but that's the whole game. It's like a survival game, like a bullet heaven game. Yeah, I was playing that the other night. I couldn't think of what I wanted to do, so I just started playing that game. It was great. Okay. And okay, Guardian, how you doing? Get the bat reps going, man. Sounds like fun until I actually start thinking about like committing the time to do it and everything. And getting things set up. I remember we're going to be using current codexes in 11th till we get 11th edition 1. I imagine that's what it's going to be, Tuvon. Yeah. That would be my guess. I don't think they're going to revamp the entire game twice in a row to where they pass out the indexes again. Got engaged? What in the world? AKA former, really? Nice, man. Congratulations. Daniel Pennington, welcome in. Yellow or pink as a base layer before orange? That's a great question. What kind of tone of orange are you looking for? I don't paint a lot of orange on like large surfaces, so I don't know if I would be the best to help. I don't know if there's anyone in here who has opinions on that. I know of pink as a base coat under yellow, but yeah, not sure. Yeah, Wondering is painting the orange marine. It's the Dutch marine, right? Yo, pink. Sweet. I'm glad you guys can make it in. Sergeant Stroopwafel, don't insult the entire culture. We love the Dutch. They have been nothing but wonderful people. Thank you, Wondering Pig, for chiming in here. I always think of Austin Powers. You guys remember that movie? It was Goldmember, I think, with his dad, and he's like, "There's only two things I can't tolerate in this world: people who are intolerant of other people's like cultures, and the Dutch." Oh, that movie's so funny. And after having met many Dutch people, I feel like it just makes him look like a jerk. Which is definitely the point, you know, but Dutch making fun of Germans by existing? I don't know about that. I don't know, former. I don't live in the EU, so I feel like when it comes to like inter-EU jokes and making fun of specific countries for very specific things, I feel like that's like out of my wheelhouse. Yeah, Daniel Payne, yeah, jump in the Discord and see, pop the question up and we can experiment or something. We can try to help you figure it out. Oh, Nova Orange is such a good color. It's a great color. Oh man, good luck, Zen. Good luck. Your meeting, huh? George Harrison asked him why he hadn't made a third, and so he just makes a third. That's funny. I'm pretty sure Austin Powers ruined the whole like spy genre of movies. Kingsman was amazing, yeah. But Kingsman didn't follow the classic spy movie formula. Like once Austin Power came out, like James Bond movies and like that style of like spy movie just couldn't exist anymore. It had to change it up. That's why the Daniel Craig movies are so much different. They're just action movies at this point. They're not like the crazy spy movies like they used to be. Stippling might be a good way to paint vehicles. Yeah, no, I think it is. I think it can definitely be former. You're gonna spend some time doing it, but yeah, heavy stippling should get you there. I've never seen The Kingsman or Kingsman or whatever those movies are called. I've never seen them. Okay, last thing I'm doing here on these guys is dark neutral gray. Yeah. First one's fun, second one the prequel meh. Okay. So I am currently trying to watch through 47 Ronin, the Keanu Reeves movie. And I am watching. It basically amounts to a little bit each day, and I just forget about it because I have. I don't know. The movie's kind of boring. I gotta be honest. I don't know. I heard good things about it. It just kind of eh. Does it like get better toward the end? It is funny though seeing the same like Japanese actors that are in every movie playing every Japanese character ever. It's just the same people. I am honestly surprised that Ken Watanabe is not in that movie. Because there are like 5 Japanese actors apparently in Hollywood, and they've reused these actors for for the past 25 years. Big Trouble in Little China, yeah. I've never seen Big Trouble in Little China, no. Advertising campaign. They spent way too much. They paid so much money advertising it. Really, really. I have homework to do. Is it finished 47 Ronin? Because I don't know. I still got like 45 minutes left in that movie, and I'll see if I finish it this week. I mean, it is cool watching that movie. I'm like, oh hey, those are the like 2 main samurai from Shogun, also from The Last Samurai. Big Trouble in Little China. Where could I watch that? I don't even know where I could watch it. Paramount? Yeah, okay. There's a guy here. Who is it? YouTube Premium has it. Oh, okay. So you know it's high quality then, right? When YouTube Premium is carrying it around. I think I've seen Kung Fu Hustle, but that was so long ago. Fall asleep watching YouTube and woke up with airplanes on? Oh, okay, weird. You talk about the movie Airplane, or Airplane's a funny movie. It's high quality because it's from 1986. Eh. Tuvon, you're talking about like Arthur the PBS show, or Arthur like a King Arthur movie, the King Arthur movie? Yeah, Kung Pao is amazing. Yeah, Kung Pao Enter the Fist is definitely a classic. Arthur the comedy with Dudley Moore and Liza Minnelli? No, I don't. I'm not familiar. The one thing I remember Liza Minnelli from is playing Lucille in in Arrested Development. The terrible dubbing in Kung Pao. Yeah, it's incredible. Got that. I think that's everything on this guy. The guy in Kung Pao that just like, that's a lot of nuts. He just like keeps yelling it. I did watch a movie on YouTube Premium a few years ago, and it was the movie called A Boy and His Dog. It is the inspiration for the Fallout series of games, like the setting and everything. And it stars Don Johnson, in like 21-year-old Don Johnson. It was a weird movie, but yeah, very very Fallout. Yeah, yeah, no, it was not a sad movie. It's a 20-year-old dude and his telepathic dog that talks to him. And they are walking around the wasteland of I think it's Nevada, where the wasteland is. Oh, The Road is a very sad movie. Yeah, that's with Viggo Mortensen. My understanding, Painting Wife read the book, the road. And my understanding is the book is a lot more like depressing than the movie. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like how can it be worse? If I'm not mistaken, the book um doesn't tell you much, and so it makes it really difficult to figure out what's going on, even more so than the movie. um and like I have read people discuss that where they're like, you don't even know if they're on Earth and humans in the book. Like there is like no indication of like anything like geography or yeah, just like anything that's happening. It's very like sparse with details. Just that it's trashed, yeah. Seeing G.I. Jane and realizing that Master Chief is Aragorn. What? Oh, from G.I. Jane, yeah. Good old Viggo Mortensen. Mm. Yeah, it has been a long time since I've seen that movie, though. Fireflies. I heard that that's a very depressing movie. Yeah. The movie I watched, where I had no idea what it was supposed to be, was Bridge to Terabithia. So my wife and I just turned turned the movie on. Like, oh yeah, it's like this, like fantasy world movie with these kids. Let's watch this movie. And half an hour later, 45 minutes later, I'm like bawling my eyes out. I like couldn't handle it. I could not handle that movie at all. I was like, what? What is? Yeah, it's that movie was wild. Yeah, I've heard Grave of Fireflies really, really depressing too. Bars kept saying, "Why are we watching this?" But no one could turn it off. Oh man. Checked out the OPR3. No, no, I haven't. I have not. Is it any good? Former? 2 days, yeah. Trip. I have never seen that. I saw Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. That movie was okay. That, we got that. Let's get his box here. Cabling. Yeah, American History X is a rough movie to watch, too. Scouts and Reaver Lieutenant photographed. Oh, cool. Alright. Never to be seen again. Right? Any like fun rules? This Canoptic has a really wacky gun. Okay. All the new kill team thing? What's it got? Kids and City of Gods. Okay. It's depressing movie hour here. I watched a TV show recently. It was on Netflix. It's like a Netflix animated show. It's a limited series. There's only like 8 episodes. It's called Carol and the End of the World, I think is what it's called. If you're going to watch it, I'm going to warn you, it's super weird. Like yeah, it's a really weird one, and just like brace yourself to look past a lot of weirdness. However, that show has stuck with me as like it's basically there's like a planetary body that's going to collide with Earth. And they know the exact like time and date when it's going to happen. And so it's like 6-7 months away, and so it's basically like everybody's just kind of accepted it, and is just like doing all the fun things they want to do before everybody on the planet dies, because there's nothing they can do. And so it follows a lady named Carol who's like super boring and like the most boring person you'd ever meet. But the show itself is very good. And like I say, that show has stuck with me. Like, I keep thinking about like what do I do if it's like you have 6 months, like the whole world has 6 months, like what do we do as a society? I can only hope it's like it is.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, 1 and 19 more, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. How are you doing this afternoon? Because it's afternoon right now. What's going on? So, it's a special rule where as long as you get 1 dice of damage through, then roll a 2d6. If the number is higher than its remaining wounds, it just kills it. Oh, cool. Alright. Nice. That's fun. Tabletop games need more of more rules like that. Okay, just playing music with other musicians until we die. Yeah. That show, it's pretty funny. I think it promotes itself as a comedy, but it's not as funny as like I think it wants to be. But it is a very existential show with her parent. That's wild. Yeah, super weird. Yeah, that's the part that people probably would have the hardest time getting over, her parents. But yeah, so Cultured, I watched that show and I thought it was 10 episodes. So I'm watching it and the end of the 8th episode comes in and the show just ends. And I was like, wait a minute. Where's the rest of the show? Like, I thought there were 2 more episodes. And it like destroyed me, because I was like, there's more of this show, isn't there? And they're like, no, that's it. I was just like, Why? Like, why did they end it here? And like, what are they doing? All right, we got these guys. We're gonna wash. Seven. Let's do that. 50-50. We're gonna dilute this wash with some good old flow improver. Where's my pipette? It's hiding from me. Oh, that's right, because the pipette I had broke. Okay. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on a second. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. My desk is not perfectly level. Causing this wash to hold on. Just trying to find things. Okay, is that better? Maybe that's better. I almost dumped all that wash into my sponge and my wet palette. There we go. Okay. Okay, I think we're safe. Still 0 dropped frames. The draw was right all along. Monsters Ball was rough. I had 3 sessions to watch the whole thing. Interesting, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'm in the mood for a movie that's gonna make me cry. That sounds pretty miserable right now. Monsters Ball is depressing. Okay, there's one wash. Next one. A couple other washes we're gonna put on, but we'll let this dry for a little bit. Text wash is on. These Nuncio boxes are important. You guys have given me too many movie recommendations. I can't keep up with this. Where am I looking? Feel free to roast him. Okay, okay. Give me a minute, we'll take a look. Gonna roast Crucial Blue here. Let's see, how mean do you guys want me to be? Let's take a look. Finished projects. Alright. Oh, the scouts are cool, man. Why do they all have mohawks? Just like the design choice on them. If that whole set came with sniper rifles, I'd have like 3 of those sets at this point. So, Blue, these are terrible because they're not in my possession right now. Because they're so great looking. Alright? That's my that's how mean I get. They're fine enough on tabletop. Yeah, they're little objective dudes. Yeah. Now, the Reaver Captain's a cool mini. The hooded head's a really good choice. Colors look good. The green turned out really nice on him. Yeah, look at you getting your minis done. We'll be showing up to games with fully painted armies. Yeah, the fact they took out all their sniper rifles is really lame. Bounties for Heresy. I have a whole, like, unique Thousand Suns unit that's a scout unit. And there's no STLs for scouts that are like normal scout look. So I'm like stuck without them. It's so annoying. No, there definitely is not much to criticize. No, they're great looking though. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for sharing, dude. You paint a lot of cool minis, but for some reason I just enjoy seeing you paint like your armies. Like those Kroot. Love your Kroot. Roast is an option for his main to show off. I don't remember that. I don't remember the roast option. Was it people making him roast their minis, or were they roasting his minis? I couldn't emotionally handle that. He has new recruits, yeah. He has a bunch of the new recruit minis, and they look really good. He's got like a whole army of them. Okay, you just couldn't do it, yeah. Yeah, I don't do that. Yeah. I know plenty what it's like to have someone like getting like nitpick and criticize my minis, and I don't want that feeling on anybody. Yeah, I've seen YouTubers that do that, like painting YouTubers. They do like a critique or roast my mini or whatever, and people will submit minis, and then they go through and like tell them all the ways their highlights aren't smooth enough, and I'm just like, nah, that is not for me to do. I say put the wash over the whole mini and see how it looks afterwards. That's my critique. I didn't just sit on their board edge, spend an hour in the shooting phase, and then cry. They can't tell you by turn 3. You know, Tau used to have a really nice and dynamic play style. Tau get memed way too hard, though. That said, I don't like playing against Tau, so... Yeah, I didn't play much 7th edition, so... I think everybody in 7th edition was toxic at some point, right? But wasn't it like Eldar that ended up being the kings of toxic play? I think I played like maybe 4 or 5 games of 7th edition, and 3 of those were all in one day because my local store does or they used to, I don't know if they still do it, but they did a Christmas tournament. And basically, if you participated, you got a gift card. And that was it. So I go and participate and get my gift card while playing some 40k and trying to remember rules. It was a good time. Alright, I think that is Black Wash. We were never toxic meta. Eldar weren't? Oh, not Dark Eldar. I'm talking about Eldar. The Craft Worlders. Played against Tau twice. First was the Dark Angels, who shot everything off the board. Second was 2v2 Tau Necrons, Death Guard, 1000 Suns. Third one was Termigos, solo with Shadow Sun and Wind. Yeah. The way to play against Tau, and this seems like every edition, is you get in their face, they're going to kill most of your stuff with shooting, but once you touch something in melee, you basically just win. Like, that's it. It's like doing that fast enough. It looks like rules from the new journal are starting to leak. The new, Heresy journal. Yeah, getting melee and they crumble. Even with like basic Marines and stuff. So a page of this journal leaked. The new book coming out for Heresy. It leaked, and it's one of the units. It's the Saturnine Terminator Command Squad, because that's the thing. There's a Saturnine Terminator Command Squad. Very cool. It's like a Kit Bash squad. One of the things about the weapon options, and it's the standard weapon option that comes with the unit, it's paired Saturnine Disruption Fists. And Disruption Fists come in the Terminator box, but it only comes with left-handed fists. And this wants you to have them paired as the basic weapon option. There is no right-handed Disruption Fist. I think that's crazy where it's like, hey, 3D print these parts. And that's basically it. I don't know. Maybe they're expecting, more. Table size shrank and every Tau player threw a hissy fit? Yeah, that's fair. I don't like the table size shrinking, honestly. I don't even play Tau. It's closer to dining room table. It is. I like the bigger table because I enjoy a game with more like maneuver in it. So I feel like when the board's so close together, it's like, hey, just fill up your deployment zone and just rush the other deployment zone, and then that's kind of game. Yeah, having the board full of models isn't like the tactical experience that I normally enjoy. While these guys are drying, I will show you guys. I showed them off a little bit like yesterday, but this is the Centurion that I painted last week, and I finished him on Saturday. So I got the weathering powder on him, and I messed around with his base and everything. So he is done. My next Centurion here. So Combi Melta, Power Maul, so just something a little different. Happy with this mini though. This is a Thousand Suns mini piece I printed. Printed head, printed little terrages, whatever you call those, printed back crest here. So the rest is, I think, just standard parts on the mini. So pretty cool. I have another one of these minis, and I'm painting without the cape. I have shoulders I have to put on. I printed new shoulders for him because the shoulders are kind of molded in with the cape. But I'm going to put some different arms on him. So give him some different weapons, add some variety. So, hey, Light Nympha? What's going on? How you doing? Turn 3, most players down 30 to 59% of their stuff. Yeah. Lovely red in the armor. Thank you very much. These are my Thousand Suns. This guy's finished. This is a Centurion I painted. I'm working on some Tactical Marines here. I just put a wash on. We're just kind of sitting around while they're waiting for this wash to dry. Then we do highlights, and I want to finish those up soon. This is a mini that's sitting down here. I have my big Saturnine Dread, who's stepping on a tank turret with a dead Space Wolf underneath. So that's good stuff. Really like how I did the Disintegrator cannons. I was really happy with him. But yeah, that's the my Dreadnought, big Dreadnought. So I'm slowly working through the 3rd edition starter set. The Dread. It's not an Imperial Knight. Yeah, he's big. Biggest Dreadnought they've ever made. So Joe Day trying not to cave and buy Norn Emissary. Yeah, those are cool minis though. They're very cool minis. How many, okay, before you decide to buy it, I'm going to ask you an important question that you're probably not going to like me very much for asking this, but how many unpainted Tyranids do you have? That's the real question. We can make some goals up if you want. If you want to make up a goal to give yourself an excuse to buy a Norn Emissary. You've painted your entire, oh, buy it then. What are you doing? Just go buy it. If you painted your entire army, go buy the mini. Go buy the big monster and have something to do. Then you can paint along with us. Yeah, treat yourself, man. You need it. Yeah, my Dreadnought is also, it's magnetized. So, I have spare weapons I have to paint that I assembled the other day. So I magnetized the little nipple guns too. So I have lots of options. I did not like how the Disintegrators performed in the game. Was not happy with them. 3 Seraphon Spearmen to paint, but the primer got all fuzzy, so to strip that down a bit. Yeah, that's always frustrating. A toothbrush sometimes helps with that. When you get the, the kind of fuzzy primer. The Haruspex is a cool mini, too. Alright, Zen. Enjoy your weekly meeting, dude. Don't enjoy it too much. So yeah, we have washes, and this is, like I said, this is Nuncio Vox is really important, and this random guy was in the batch of 5, but I didn't have a 5th backpack with the Nuncio Vox. Your kind eyes, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. This has got the weirdest boss. But yeah, working through these. So these guys will all be staples in my tack squads because Nuncio Voxes are really good. Toothbrush did little to help. Okay, yeah, just strip them down and start over. Gotcha. Yeah, the red's really enjoyable. It's a clear red that I use. I have about 10,000 points of painted Thousand Suns, so I have a pretty solid army. And I'm working through my 3rd edition starter box right now. I painted the Dreadnought, the Turret, the Centurion, 20 of the Tactical Marines, and that's it. So I have 20 more Tactical Marines. So these 5 and then 15 more. I have them all assembled as breachers. So let me show you guys. I got breachers here. These guys with the shields. Various different poses. Where we got a shooting one here? Yeah, there's one that's shooting right here. So got 15 of these breachers. These 5 with the special equipment, and then I have. Hey, there you go. Early birthday present. Congrats. And then I have the Saturnine Terminators that I haven't assembled yet. But I'm waiting for the new journal to come out to see if there's something different I need for Thousand Suns Saturnine. My Thousand Suns are getting a new rule out of this book. I don't think it's Saturnine specific, but if it helps them out and it gives me a reason to do some different things, it'd be cool. Yeah. Tuvan, got your Necrons. Oh yeah, dang, the turquoise and gold on the Necrons, great. Such a great color scheme. I can do the base. It's fine. It works. Paint like a xenomorph to match the rest of your army. Can you share pictures of that? I'm curious to see what your xenomorph stuff looks like. Yeah, jump in the Discord. Someone can share a link to the Discord if you wouldn't mind hopping in if you're not already in there. This paint's gonna take a while. I'll show you guys some of the other things I have to paint my Thousand Suns. You guys saw my my breachers there. Other things I have. This is a tarantula battery that I magnetized. So, magnets go in, it should fit in just like that. Boom, look at that. It's a little more snug, right? Should. If it does, it sits on there really snug. But I have a little battery of tarantulas that are really fun. Like, they're really cool minis. I ended up gluing a lot of these in place, so I decided to glue the, I don't even know what you call it, so the turret to the legs, and I glued the weapons in position because I didn't see the reason why this needed to go up and down and these needed to rotate, because these minis aren't doing much. But they look cool. I'm excited. They should be really quick to paint too, because I'm not putting any red on those. Necron team will be. Oh yeah. That's exciting though, Rage. Necron should be pretty quick to paint. I wonder what the little Griblies are going to be like in actual 40k. I hope Necrons get a way to play like a full Canoptic army and make it work. I think that would be really interesting. Yeah, still wet. Just going to play them while playing... I'm playing Death Guards. It's not like they're just sitting on a shelf. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You know what? If they just sit on a shelf, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. This, let me see. Okay. Crazy stuff. Optic Court. Yeah, well, I'm just thinking like having a Canoptic infantry unit would be really cool. So like the little ones that came in the kill team, little Canoptic things that came in the kill team. They're kind of like the Canoptic. Oh, what are the little batteries that you give to destroyer units? Those little things. They're kind of like those little things, but they're supposed to be their own little unit. Yeah, I think it'd be a nice way to like round out the Canoptic faction. Yeah, they're like little plasma sites. Yeah, they're like little plasma sites in the kill team. Yeah. But they talk about how that kill team's going to have rules. But it's also going to be like... I don't know. They also talked about how they like act as like infantry. No, they're not the Scarabs. Not the Scarabs. Okay, sure. Oh, wow, those are cool looking. Oh, the green with the black. And the basing. That's incredible. Those are fantastic looking. How did you do that black? Is that black with like a dry brush and then like a satin varnish on them? Yeah, the acid green for the weapons and like the tongues and stuff is such a nice touch. Yeah, guys, check out these minis. Check out these minis and whips from Light Nympha. Yeah, like oil slick, yeah. Which is kind of like what they're supposed to look like, right? Yeah, that one angle. There's that one Hormigon. It's got like almost an iridescent finish on it. Airbrushing. You airbrush basing glossy Vallejo black. Hit it with a color shift paint. Dry brush Stormhost silver and airbrush a thin coat of candy black. Wow, okay. That's an awesome process, and those are really well done. You know, one of my big like not like issues, but a big thing I see when people paint Tyranids, I see a lot of people want to paint them like Xenomorphs, and people are like, yeah, black with a gloss varnish, and you put a gloss varnish over it, and you put a gloss varnish, and a gloss varnish, in my opinion, never makes things look wet. It just makes it look like it's covered in a gloss varnish. It's like wet in the wrong places. It's weird. It's weird to think about, but in my opinion, gloss varnish never gets the effect that people really want it to. The method that you did here with the colors that you use seemed to work really well. Like those, that is like a Xenomorph color scheme. Yeah. Warpfire green. Okay, yeah, yeah. Use a satin varnish to finish these. Okay, yeah. Yeah, satin varnish is where it's at. But man, what a great color scheme. Yeah, even your highlights in the green are really good too. Like the lighter like greens, the brighter where it's like the like toxin sac is like stretched out. They're really well done. JJ, welcome in. How you doing? Feeling on YouTube. What's going on, JJ? Tiles look glossy. It worked well for that, but anything else is not really. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't mess with gloss varnish really, unless it's for like a function, and that's normally under things. So, and I will cover it with a matte varnish afterwards. Chaos Raptors are really spiky. I bet they are. Sci-fi biomechanical look. This works well. Looks awful on smooth armors. I bet. Yeah, I bet it does. Oh, you think they turned out well? Okay, cool. Yeah, see that's a decent idea for a gloss varnish. You want them to look like rubber suits. That's fair. Space Marines and Mechanics all have a matte varnish. Yeah, I'm a big matte varnish enjoyer. My Thousand Suns, so we get my Dreadnought out here. This guy is a satin varnish, and then I go through with Ultramatte varnish over all the non-metallic areas. So it's mainly like the white, the black, and like the cabling gets an Ultramatte varnish, but then I get to keep the satin to keep that metallic look. And then there's like weathering powders and stuff all over this mini, but that kind of changed the tone of it. But yeah, that's what I do with my varnishes. So I use a lot of satin varnish because I paint a lot of Thousand Suns. This big Chungus here. Not too bad a mini to paint though. Didn't take too long. The weapons took a while. I took my time on the weapons, but otherwise it wasn't terrible. What kind of terrain you making out of XPS foam, JJ? Yeah, Night Trap. I didn't care for the Chaos Raptor minis. Yeah, matte varnish. Yeah, I typically use a matte varnish on my minis, but since I'm painting minis with a metallic red on it, I keep the satin to help the metallic finish kind of come out. I don't know how these guys doing. Let's see. Definitely still not dry. It probably won't dry for the rest of the stream. Kind of is what it is. Matte Formose gloss for alien bug looking things. Yeah. That makes sense. I like this stuff. This is the Ultramatte varnish I use. This is terrible varnish. It's a great finisher if you want a matte effect. This will not stop any paint from rubbing off the minis. So I use this purely for an effect, and I will never rely on this to be an actual varnish. So yeah. It looks good though. It's a great looking varnish. Tuvon, pack a bit, folks, for a temporary store. Okay. Have a good one, Tuvon. Thanks for hanging out today. I appreciate it. It was great chatting with you. Awesome new jigs, trying out for bridges, stairs, and obelisks. That's really cool, JJ. Really cool. Paint rubbing off minis, my nemesis. Yeah, that's why you gotta have holders. So you gotta have a good bleached bone paint jar as your mini holder. Yeah, my experience with AK Interactive products is it's very mixed. I have literally used 2 of their products. One is that Ultramatte varnish, which again, it's a great finish. It is you never have to doubt whether it's going to give you a good matte finish, but it does not work as a varnish. The other paint I use is AK Interactive Clear Red, which is actually the clear red I use on my Thousand Suns now. Non-toxic. The color is almost identical to Tamiya Clear Red. And like it covers well, it's cheap, that whole thing. But it reactivates. So, and it takes forever to cure. So I paint this stuff on in like 5 or 6 thin coats. I have to let it dry or cure for 24 hours, and then I cover it with a gloss varnish to completely seal it in so it doesn't reactivate on me. And then I put a matte varnish over that, which is just like a basic matte. I don't use the ultra matte for that, but I use a basic matte varnish over that just so I'm able to actually paint my colors on the minis. So you'll get like, this is my mini after all the red steps, after the matte varnish and everything. So that's what I have to do to make this mini paintable. Because if I don't put the gloss varnish on, I just put a matte varnish, the paint will bleed through. And I've had that happen so many times before I kind of learned my lesson, where I'll be painting the white on a mini and it just starts mixing and turning pink. Yeah, it's a lot of effort. But it's all, the spray is also basic acrylic. It doesn't have lacquer in it like the Tamiya does. So, it's for my lungs health, and I'll take the time if I'm not going to be destroying, my health, I guess. But yeah, it's a little easier to find too for me. It's actually the same store I go to. It's a store I don't usually go to, but they're enamel liquid pigments and terrain paste. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's what they're good for. Yeah, the 2 products I've used, and they've both been very mixed bags, but I use them both regularly. So let's let it cure a bit longer. Save your health, yeah. Well, the Tamiya stuff, it clouds up so bad, and that stuff hangs in the air. And it's toxic as anything. Like that, they say it's acrylic, the Tamiya Clear Red, like the X27, they say it's acrylic. It's like 30% acrylic, and the rest is like lacquer. It is not acrylic paint. Which I wouldn't want to be breathing that much acrylic paint anyway. That stuff seeps through everything. It seeps through my filters on my respirator and stuff. So like, that's too much. Yeah, so I just buy a dozen bottles of AK Clear Red at a time. You paint minis but make terrain mostly. Well, that's really cool. I'm hoping to make some more terrain, to do some more terrain this year. That's still a goal of mine. It was a New Year's goal for me. Not good? Oh, okay. I'm sure it's fine, though. Use an airbrush. And the color shift paint I use in my process has glass dust in it. Oh, yeah, that's something. I didn't realize that the color shift paint had that in there. I've heard that stuff is really bad to brush paint on, so I'm assuming you airbrushed anyway. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that. Jeez. Yeah, no, I don't want to mess with inhaling glass, because I'm messing with the airbrush. Yeah, it gets really streaky. Yeah. Some color shift works all right with a brush. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah, it's kind of important to know what your stuff is made of, right? If you're going to start but especially when you push that stuff through an airbrush, because I know a lot of you guys don't use proper PPE when you're airbrushing. And if you're airbrushing that color shift stuff, just inhaling glass dust, like that's wild. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. You already had the airbrush. I've been using my airbrush for a good 5 years or so. It's a game changer. Don't huff the paints. Yeah. Good ventilation is important. Same with your glues. That stuff will wreck you too. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm not going to be putting any more colors on these guys today. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to highlight these guys tomorrow, and that's Thursday. Friday, maybe we'll start on some Leagues of Votann minis, if that's cool with you guys. Yeah, it sounds like fun to me. We could paint Buri Agnerson if you want. You inhaled the entire bottle of Nuln Oil. That stuff just made of sewer water. GW paints their washes used to be made of sewer water. It was wild. They didn't use like distilled water or something, so it would mold. And it would have the most foul smell to their washes after they sat for a little while. It was wild. But a Harder and Steenbeck Ultra about 6 months ago. Wow, that's nice. That's a nice brand. Last time I was shopping for airbrushes, it was between Iwata and Harder and Steenbeck, and I decided on the Iwata, partly because it's cheaper, but it also was a little more generalist. And I do a lot of base coating and priming, and not so much like detail work with my airbrush. So I ended up going with the Iwata. Yeah, that's awesome though. Like, yeah. Please share your progress. Norn Emissary sounds like a great Xenomorph mini. The sewer water is part of the coloration. I keep a bottle of Thraka Green wash from GW just to let people smell it. And that bottle has cured over the years. Like, it is something incredible with the smell that has. HP, it's made high detail canvas work. Yeah. Yeah, I have an HPCS is what I have. Yeah, I don't paint canvas, so don't have to worry about it. But again, a lot of my stuff, it's like I prime, I base coat, and I varnish minis. That's pretty much what I do with my airbrush. Well, guys, here's what I want to tell you. I have put through 232,000 frames on this stream and have had 0 missed, 0 skipped, and 0 dropped. So it seems like the issue may be resolved. I mean, we'll see through the rest of the week. I'm going to try to stream at a higher quality stream next time. And yeah, so tomorrow. So we'll see if Yeah, I contacted my ISP last night. I called him like 10:30 last night, and this poor girl like was the customer service rep, and she's from Ohio, so it was like she was like working her second or third shift, customer support. She sounded exhausted, but she scheduled someone to come out, and the technician came out, and they actually replaced some parts. There was a splitter that apparently had gone bad, like died out. And so the connection wasn't making it through and everything. So we'll see. Nothing I read was like that would be the problem. Zen did say that was probably the problem though. So we'll give him that. But I will be on tomorrow. Hopefully things will be resolved. We're going to find someone to raid. And also, I want to let you guys know that tonight, about 8:30, it's never like a set time, but about 8:30, we are going to we're going to do our Patreon hangout. So if you're a member of the Patreon, any paid level, it's as low as $1 in the Patreon, you can join that. You connect it with the Discord account, and you can come chill with us. We do our Wednesday night hangout. We just all hang out, hobby, we chat about just random things. Yeah, just a good time. We normally chat for 2.5, 3 hours or so. You can stay as long as you want, but that is something we do on a weekly basis every Wednesday night. Crucial Blue is there most of the time. We'll see if he's there tonight. Zendraw, Rage is a regular. EO Raptor is definitely a regular. He shows up when he wakes up at 4 a.m. Shouldn't be there tonight. Okay, Wandering Pick was usually with us for a while, but she's been busy, so that's okay. There's always space for you, Wandering Pick, when you're ready to come back. Yeah, we're going to raid someone. What I ask is that when we raid somebody, let's get this going here. Okay. Just show up, just say hi, give them a follow, and yeah, just show them some love when we were able to do that. All right. We're going to raid Retired 11B. Was a super cool dude. Dunder Snuff will be there. Awesome. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Wandering Pick, it's like 2 or 3 a.m. for you. So that's totally fair if you can't make it. But if you can. I don't know. If we hit a certain level, maybe we'll do a second hangout at like a different time of day or something. We'll try to get another group in. All right, guys. We're going to raid out. Yeah, please join the Discord if you haven't already. There's a lot of great artists, encouraging people on there. It's a very positive place. We don't put people down. We don't put people's work down. We have people of all skill levels and experience levels that contribute. So, come by, say hi, ask questions, share your work, all that fun stuff. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful afternoon. I will see you all at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow on stream, painting more minis. Bye, everybody.